Coming up on LiveWire, we're going to have a wonderful show for you today. It's really different because we're going to talk to you about how to stay in shape after 60 or 50 or 40, whatever you want. With me in the studio will be senior fitness trainer named Stuart Allen, and we'll be with you right after this important message. Fitness, staying fit and staying healthy and enjoying your life for as long as you want or can. With me in the studio is Stuart Allen, who is a senior fitness trainer in town. And a lot of people do things in their home, like I would do exercises in my home, and then all of a sudden I'd start to feel, whoa, what did I do? So I came to Stuart Allen, and he says, yes, you were doing wrong there. So you can actually hurt yourself, but I think training with you, Stuart, has been an eye-opening thing.
Thanks, Ray. Yeah, absolutely. We see that happens a lot. Most of the time, the people that I wind up having to, fix are the ones that have tried doing the exercising on their own at home, or the ones that go to the gym even, and they figure they have this fitness routine or a program that they've watched on YouTube, or one of their friends showed them, or it's a HIIT program that they learned. Yeah. And next thing you know, their form is off, and they wind up hurting something, pulling a ligament, a tendon, straining a muscle, rolling an ankle. All those things happen from, absolutely having the wrong form.
Yeah, I mean, you once, and I've been carrying away all of your. Sometimes I forget, of course, like last week, because I have these things ingrained in my mind and how to do a certain movement, whatever it is, lifting a weight or something, and I forget.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things that, we all do. It's, if we don't do things over and over and over and over again, our body doesn't memorize them. Yeah. But once we get this form down perfect, and we learn how to do a perfect exercise, that's when we know we're not going to get hurt any longer. We know that our core is going to stabilize our body. It's going to help us develop the rest of our muscles, which is going to make it so that we have a sound body, lots of balance and stability.
Okay. What about people who work and about their timings? I mean, is it better to do the work 5 times a week, or 7 times a week, or 3 times a week, or take a break between training?
It just depends on what somebody's goals are, Ray. Honestly, we've seen people that have, some outrageous goals. They really want to get somewhere really fast, and they have, really have this desire to get there, but they just don't know how. And so, some of those people we're going to have 3, 4, 5 days a week because they have this, really aggressive approach.
Yeah, I'm going to climb the Alps tomorrow.
Right. Or you have somebody that's getting married, right? And they have a wedding coming up, and they've got 5 months, and they want to be, like they were in high school. They want to let, back into that weight. They want to fit those dresses, and, that's what happens to most of us, yes.
Good. So you assess people's energy levels and how they work and get a sense of their commitment?
Yeah, absolutely. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you want to know about what someone's goals are and why they're there. What is bringing them into the gym? What is the thing that they really need to deal with?
I think it's fascinating. And so there's, what about nutrition? Do you talk about nutrition? And I know you're going to talk about exercises, but what about nutrition? Does that go hand in glove?
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's, kind of a trio, and, in order to have a healthy, life, you want to make sure that not only are you exercising, but that you're putting good things into your body. And so it doesn't just mean food, right? All the liquids, the alcohol, all of those different things that people put into their body, all of those things count. And it doesn't matter if it's a little thing or a big thing, they all still count. And the thing that we all forget is that you have to clean your body out no matter what you put in it. And unfortunately, the only thing that you can do to clean your body out really well and make it so that it's healthy and stronger is drinking enough water. Again, you know, that we know that, yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
Our favorite
Hey.
friend. Yeah, cheers.
This is Access Sacramento water. You really want to try it. Here we go.
But yeah, again, you know, at 2% dehydration, the human body is 20 to 30% weaker. And so we're going to talk about nutrition, how much water your body gets, what kind of food you're eating, when are you eating them? You know, that's the number one thing, is that, you know, some people just have those things that they have to have. I can't live without my, you know, Coca-Cola or my Pepsi or, you know, my red licorice or whatever it is. We have to make sure that we make it a real reasonable approach. You don't want to start somebody off by saying, nah, you can't have anything.
Yeah.
Because then, of course, they're going to have cravings, and they're going to want to make sure that they're like, oh, I can have a cheat day, or, you know, and the whole goal is to not have a cheat day. It's to teach our body and our mind how to work together and how to make it so that we actually get what we want out of the things that we're putting into our body. So when we put something good into our body, is it going to help us, and how is it going to help us? What is the timing that you're putting those things in also really matters.
Okay. You know, we have some slides. Maybe the slides can help us, and you be the narrator, okay?
You got it, right?
Okay, here we go. These are slides of your places, classes. What's this?
So this is Megan and Sway. They're actually on a Bosu ball, which is a balance trainer. They're actually performing a really hard core exercise, and then so they're stabilizing their core while balancing on an uneven surface, which is the half ball. And then what they're doing is they're pushing down on it in both directions.
I see.
So this is actually Megan and I doing an exercise. We're doing basically a mountain climber with a push-up into the stability ball as well. And again, that's a Bosu ball, which is a balance trainer.
So you're moving along there? Oh, what's this?
She's working on a hip thrust, which is she's trying to develop her glutes, legs, as much as possible. And obviously, it's working a ton of core. And we have her elevated to make it so that she starts to develop a little bit faster and a little bit stronger. Okay, so this guy is actually working on his shoulders. He's doing an overhead press. He's doing it seated. This is on one of the really safest pieces of equipment that you're going to be able to use in the gym. Most people don't know what this is. This is called a Smith machine. Our Smith machine isn't just a regular Smith machine. It actually is 28 different machines in one.
Wow.
You're not going to see these things like mine anywhere around Sacramento. But it's because we have a specialized gym, and we're focusing on having equipment there that's meant for specific, people.
I see.
This is all of us on our TRX system. We have the largest TRX set up in Sacramento. It's 24 feet long. The great thing about this one is that you can see we can adjust every single one of those for any single person. All those people are different heights. You can see that we have a young girl in there. She's much smaller than the rest of us, but she's still able to do all the same exercises because this is actually using your own body weight. So instead of us using a bunch of weights inside the gym, this is one of the things that we use to really help develop and tone the body, especially the muscles. So one of my favorite exercises, what we were doing was an overhead tricep extension.
What's that?
This is called a battle rope. You're going to see a lot of people start to use this to help build explosive powers, not just through the shoulders, but through the quads and the core. And of course, you see this is...
What are quads?
Quads is the top of the legs, quadriceps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. There it is. Oh, hey, that's the next one. Able Body Fitness.
Yeah, that's where
so
we're
you're
at.
on Land Park Drive in Sacramento.
Yeah, Southland Park Drive. We're in the South Hills Shopping Center, 5958.
Oh, it's in a shopping center. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we're right next to the post office.
Okay, Stu Allen.
Yes, Stu
Okay,
Allen.
Stu Allen. Okay, I think it's amazing that these are people. Changing your body and and getting out of an obesity or getting out of you have problems like arthritis maybe.
Yeah.
And how do you work with people who have these things like arthritis or they're overweight?
Well, to be honest, one of the first things that we do is we want to look and find out what everybody's condition is. And so do a postural assessment on anybody who walks through the door. And then we do a fitness assessment, which has a couple basic movements just to see how strong their body is. And after that, we go and talk about nutrition. We try to find out where they're at, what kind of things they're doing to help themselves, and where they're actually hurting themselves.
Like diet-wise and anything else like that?
Yeah.
Physically, like I was?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's diet-wise, there's physical exercise that they can be hurting themselves. Number one thing that we see when people are overweight doesn't have anything to do with food at all. It usually has something to do with the mind. They usually have something that's pulling them down. They might have had a loss of a loved one. Something that's going on mentally is one of the main reasons why people start to gain weight. And so it can be, multiple different things, but bringing your cortisol levels out, is one of the most important things that we start to teach people how to do, is lower their cortisol levels, which is the stress levels that they have in their body, which is, actually secreted from the brain. And so not only do we work with just, different qualities like that, we also work with different problems in the brain. Lots of people have had strokes, which leaves a spot on your brain, which makes part of your body not work so well. What we do is we work with those people in order to make it so that we develop a new range of motion for them.
And is it important to have it like a even frequency, or 5 days a week, or 4 days a week, or every other day?
Yes, there absolutely is. And the reason why is because the body starts to have an issue with not being able to continue, and you start to lose your energy levels. So what you want to do is you want to make it so that your body continues on a growth process instead of growing and then weakening, growing and weakening. And so if we can continue on a growing process, basically working a routine that works about 6 weeks, and then changing our program and working and reestablishing where we're at, having a new goal from that point on, and seeing where the body is at that point. So going through a new postural assessment, finding out what our new goals are going to be, seeing where else we've progressed, because honestly,
that's another thing people don't understand. I think I was asked a question about, well, could you learn what you have to teach me and then do it at home?
You can, and that's the thing. We try to teach you how to do all of these things and make it so that it's absolutely something that you can do on your own. And that's the best part is not only will we teach you how to do it on your own, we'll give you the exercise program in a copy of it and saying, hey, look, this is how you do this. It's dated. This is what your back exercises are going to be. These are what your leg exercises are going to be. Here's your core exercises.
Okay, well, we're going to take a short pause for the cause, and then you're going to demonstrate a couple things with me.
Me?
Is that correct? Yeah, you the teacher.
Oh, get excited.
Okay,
here we
so
go.
What the heck? Okay, so we're going to take a short pause for the cause, and we'll be back after some important messages to see Ray Tatter do wonderful things, exercises here in the studio. See you soon.
I don't remember how it started.
North of that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Do you want to meet a family with a transgender kid? Here we are. Max loves to do backflips. Max loves to play his ukulele. Max loves to just be a kid and just be himself. When I found out I was pregnant, all I really wanted was a happy, healthy, whole child. And that's what I got. I think it's really important for people to know that trans kids don't have a political agenda. They are just kids. Like any parent, we love our kids unconditionally, and we will never stop fighting for them. Stand with us. Protect our families.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
And we're back with LiveWire, and with me in the studio is Stuart Allen, who is a master trainer, and he's going to show me what these things are, what they're used for, and maybe I'll try them.
Oh, come on, Ray. I think
Okay, all right. What is that?
This is a BOSU balance trainer. This is one of the main tools that we're going to use to help everybody who has an issue with balance and stability. This is used through every range. We're going to use this from children all the way up to senior citizens. Anybody that's in their mid-90s can actually do this as well.
Okay.
Yes, even you, Ray.
Even me?
Yes, even
a boy
Ray.
like me?
Yes. And so one of the first things that we're going to do is we're just going to ask everybody to stand on top of this. And then once you get up here, it's going to try to throw you off balance. And all I want you to do is kind of shift your weight from
so
side
it's
to
a
side.
balance kind of deal. And then
Yeah. So if you start to shift your weight, you're going to notice it becomes much easier to balance.
okay, let me try that.
Give it a shot, buddy.
Okay.
There you go. Good job, Ray.
How am I doing?
You're doing great.
Okay.
You're still up, man. Hey, good job. Most people, it's going to try to push you off pretty quick. So
Yeah, I'll fix it.
that's right. Fight the ball.
Good, good. Okay.
Don't let it win. You can keep doing this. Good. Keep shifting your weight from side to side. A little bit of hip movement. Maybe push your hips out just a little bit. Pretend like you're dancing. Have a little bit of fun.
Whoa.
Yeah, there we go. Good job. Hey,
right.
very nice.
High five.
Excellent. All right, Ray.
Okay,
good
what's
job.
next?
All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to focus on trying to open up that hip just a little bit. So I'm going to ask you to step on it, and we're going to lift our leg up, knee up, all the way up to our chest as high as we can.
Okay, here I go.
Make sure you get it over that waist
like
level.
that and up.
Hey, nice job.
back.
Yeah, let's see the other side.
Do you want to see the other side?
You got it.
Here we go. Hup.
Woo! Give it another shot.
Okay, here I go.
Good. Ray, this time go ahead and breathe a little bit for me.
Oh, how about breathing? See,
Woo!
I
There you
know
go.
that's my fault. I don't breathe.
That's the normal,
Here we
right?
go.
Couple good breaths. Oh, look at that. Let's see the other side. There you go. Hey, look at that. Good job, Ray. Very good, very good. All right, next what we're going to do is a lateral movement. This one's going to definitely make sure that we're going to use a little bit more hips, a little bit more knees, a little bit more ankles. We're going to start with one foot on. We're going to step over and then right back. I want you to try to keep your posture up, so instead of leaning over,
Oh, okay.
yeah, try to keep your head up nice and straight. Big step, one back.
Okay. Yipes, mama. Okay,
Ah,
here
you
we
got
go.
this. One foot on,
One foot on.
a little bit further over. Good, there we go.
Let's go.
Big step,
Haboop, bida.
good job.
Haboop, bida.
Very good.
Up in the boys.
All right,
Here I
Ray.
go.
Hey, very good.
Airplane.
Very good. You got
High
this.
five.
Nice job.
Well, that was fun.
What do you think?
I like it. I like it. This is called a bosun, huh?
BOSU.
Oh, bosu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, that's a balance trainer, and so it's going to work mostly on the extensor and flexor muscles. A lot of the stabilizers that we're going to use throughout the body to help us balance are in the lower part of our legs. And so this is going to make sure that it not only does it extend them, it flexes them, strengthens them, makes it so that we start to work a lot more balance. The lateral movements are going to be the things like you wouldn't really think about, but getting out of your car, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be a lateral movement. So anytime we're going to do that, this is going to help make those movements much easier.
I see. Okay, that's good. Very, very important. Bosu.
BOSU.
Okay.
All right, so this is just going to be a regular platform. You're going to see these at almost every gym. A lot of time they're going to have them for a step class. Instead of using it for a step class today, we're going to use it for an elevated platform so we can work on some back and arm.
These are different muscles than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to use the BOSU balance trainer just to kind of get your heart rate elevated. It's going to be our basic little warm-up that we're going to do like we do every day.
Okay.
And so instead of just going ahead and doing our BOSU for 5 minutes and doing an air bike for 2 minutes and then doing our lateral trainer that we have at our gym, we're going to go ahead today and we're going to use a couple of different exercises that are going to help warm
Yeah,
you
you
up.
couldn't bring in the yellow lateral bike, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, that thing's a little big, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into push-up position, and then we're going to use this kettlebell to give ourselves a good row.
Oh.
And so what I want you to do is just get down into regular push-up position, okay?
Okay.
We're going to use one hand on the box, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to use it to go ahead and grab the kettlebell. We're going to look forward, and we're going to pull elbow up into the air. Big breath.
Okay, I'll do it, Stu.
All right, buddy.
Okay, so like this, right?
Absolutely. Go ahead and
Okay.
put that. Yep. Go ahead and put the left hand in the middle.
Then I go to my right hand and I pull it up, right?
Good job, Ray. Big breath out as you pull.
Huh?
There you go. Big breath out as you pull. Excellent. Get that elbow nice and high.
Am I going too fast?
No, you're doing excellent. Keep breathing. Great form, Ray. Those look beautiful. Last two.
1, 2.
Great job. All right, buddy. All right.
All right.
Put
I
it
like when you
there.
say great job. This is
That was
really
excellent.
funny and wonderful. And so, what is this called again?
So we're just using this as a plyo box.
Okay.
You're going to see these people are going to mainly use this at a gym as a
To jump up on?
Yeah, they're going to do a step class with it. They're going to do a lateral step. You might see them start to do something like this before they're able to use a BOSU.
Like this?
Yep, same thing. Good job.
Can I have shoes like you have on?
You can have anything you like. I'll show you where to go.
What fun.
All right, so of course we're always going to work a little bit more core, and everything we've done so far has focused on that. This one, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and take a seat right here on the edge of the BOSU.
Okay.
You're just going to focus on letting the BOSU help bring you up. I'm sure you've seen lots of different exercises where they have some sort of a contraption that helps bring your arms
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
Well, instead of us focusing on something like that, this actually kind of just helps apply pressure to our lower back, which
Okay.
helps stabilize us.
Okay.
Lots of times when we start to do these exercises, people are going to have a lot of pain in the low back. Well, this is going to make it so that it eliminates all of the pain.
All right.
So instead of us making it so that we're reaching really far back, we're just going to stay nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
We're going to come up nice and smooth.
Okay. Here I go.
Good job.
Is that right?
Yep, go ahead and scoot your feet back just a little bit. Go ahead and scoot on back.
Okay. What?
Get onto the ball.
Like
Scoot-
that?
Scoot your bottom up just a little bit.
Scooting.
Good job.
Okay, I'm on there, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
There we go. Okay.
Good.
And then
Go ahead and bend your knees.
bending knees.
Yeah, go ahead. Now just go ahead and bring your arms forward. And there you go, reach forward. Now notice how it helps stabilize your lower back and helps push you forward just a little bit.
Yes, yes.
Notice how that's going to help keep you tight in the core system, but actually helps bring your range of motion forward just a little bit. And so this is one of the things that we help to start senior citizens off in order to help develop those core muscles. Lots of times, unfortunately, they just start to get to the point where they just don't move very well. So this is going to cause those hips to start to have a little bit more flexion, a little bit more range of motion.
My fat
well
belly.
Right, as well as develop all of that core and lose that belly fat, right?
Okay.
Hey, Ray, great job. Come on up,
Good
buddy.
job.
Hey, buddy.
Help me up there, man. Don't get old.
That's the goal, right? Is to never get old.
Yeah.
You know, keep working, make it so that you continue to keep moving. That's our number one goal. The more that we keep moving, the more we're going to make life a lot easier for all of us. So if you want to keep your doctors away, you want to keep those medications away,
Yeah.
and make it so that you get off of all those things that keep you down and make it so that you have that lagging feeling and it brings you down in the afternoon. Make sure that you keep moving.
Sounds
Number
good.
one goal.
What's the black ball for?
This is a little fun. So what we do on this is instead of just going down and working on our core and doing a plank, we're going to use this ball to just kind of tap back and forth so we have a little bit of fun while we're down in that position.
Okay.
All right, so let me show you. All right, so first we're just going to come down, put one hand on the ball, roll it over to the next. And as you can tell, it's not real easy, but one of the things it'll definitely make you do is laugh because the ball isn't completely round. So you don't know if it's going to go a little bit further away,
Whoa.
or a little bit further that way, or a little bit closer. Get excited.
Okay. You wanted to try that, huh?
You got this,
I
Ray.
could do it.
You can do it.
Okay.
And here's the thing. Obviously, all of these different things you're able to do, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oop. Here I go. Oop. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Breathe, breathe, breathe.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Am I doing it right?
You're doing excellent. Good job. Especially, all right. Nice job.
Oh, no, you don't. Get back. Go back.
All right.
5 pounds. With 5 pound ball. Go long. Pretty good. This ball, Wilson ball,
No, this is just a medicine ball.
a medicine ball.
Yeah.
Okay. How about that?
What do you
Very
think?
Good. I like it. I like
Yeah?
it. I could do that.
Yeah?
So I said I had my socks though.
Yeah, makes it a little bit harder.
Put on
slipping
those
up.
shoes like those.
Well, there's tons of different things you can use these for. Obviously, we can use these for different kinds of stability as well. One of the things that you can use any kind of platform that you're going to hold, whether it's a kettlebell or a ball. You can start to develop. You're working on your squats where you're just lowering yourself down, nice and smooth, right? And the goal isn't to lean over. It isn't to lean back. It's to go straight up and down. And so when you're using the ball, one of the things that you're going to see that starts to happen over time is people start to have this forward lean. Is because they have this pelvic tilt. And so one of the things we want to help them with is if they use the ball and they start to keep it straight, it helps them realize that they're now going straight down instead of bending over or moving backwards.
Okay, I get the action. Let's see if I do it right. Okay, this is it.
Yeah, so let's see a little bit wider stance. Good, wide
Okay,
stance.
Stu, I really want to thank you for coming on the program, okay?
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, here we go. And we'll see you next week. And we'll see you next week. Here I go. Okay.
Good job,
How am I
Ray.
doing?
Doing excellent.
So, folks, tune into LiveWire next week, and you can see Ray Tatter do other funny things.
That's right. We're going to make sure we keep Ray alive.
I will. Okay. Oh, Stu.
You got this, Ray. You're doing beautiful.
Good. Oh, we got
2 more, buddy. You got this.
what?
1 and you're done. Woo! Nice job.
All right.
Excellent.
Good work.
Hey,
High five.
magic.
Okay.
Magic now.
Good. Thanks for tuning in, folks. See you next week on Live, Staying Alive Wire.
That's right.
I think we did good here. Yeah.